Reserve time.
Alright folks, welcome back to Starladder Season 8, Day 9, Game 5 of 6-4 today. This draft taking much slower than I thought it would. I'm Zyori, with me is Merlini, and honestly Merlini, I wasn't prepared for QPad to burn their bonus time on the initial 2 bans, so we got started a little early here, but alas we are back, both of us with full tummies. What's the good word, my friend?
Dire team pick.
Pandas going in as the huge underdogs. I would rate Power Rangers and VP very similar in skill level. I think the VP Power Rangers is kind of coin flip of a match. So this one, if Power Rangers plays as well as they did versus VP, then they should easily be able to take down Red Pandas. QPad, they just lacked a lot of things in their previous game. Their tri-lane didn't work out. Their gank strategy didn't work out. Waga got a little bit under level to mid. Bounty Hunter wasn't able to find any track kills on bottom. So overall, the VP QPandas game was just a complete disaster. And I hope that they can bounce back from that. It looks like they're going for a slightly easier to execute lineup with Mirana and Bane as opposed to a CM and Windrunner, which is much more difficult to execute. So I like how they're going for the easier heroes. Once you master the easier heroes, then you can go into more difficult ones. Like one Ranger support, I think, is fairly difficult to pull off. Something like Visage is usually much easier, and Bane Mirana too.
So they're going to have that classic combo to start things off, and Power Rangers going to grab themselves some decent picks to start off this draft. Venomancer, though, making it pretty far along here. If QPad don't ban him out, I imagine he'll be grabbed. QPad have been taking their time here in this draft. They've been thinking very carefully about what they want to ban. And I'm a little bit surprised to see Batrider making it up into that first ban scenario. Not something we've seen all too often, and also Elder Titan still on the board. So a lot of scary heroes still making it through here. The Lifestealer as well, though we've seen no Lifestealer action today. I don't think he's been banned or picked even once.
He's still a really strong hero, and I was watching EMS, and Lifestealer was still like a pretty hot point of contest there. So I think that I don't know. I don't actually know why he's not picked, because I think he's also a very easy to execute hero. Just press R. Or press Q to rage, and then right-click some people down. Don't even need to buy BKB. It's just really easy, right? It's pretty simple. And then, like, Infest ganks are also really easy to pull off. All you do is hop inside your teammate, you AFK for a little bit. Once he initiates, you pop out, you rage, and just right-click somebody, because they usually have the disable there for you. So it's pretty easy, and I'm surprised more. He's really difficult to handle too. He's really difficult to shut down in lane. I think that Venomancer actually does very well versus him. So as long as you ban out Venomancer, he's just extremely difficult to deal with. I think Mirana actually fares pretty well versus him because of the leap, because of her being a ranged hero and being able to harass him in the early game. So maybe just because Venomancer and Mirana have become a lot more popular, Lifestealer has become a lot less popular. But I still think he's a good pick.
Yeah, still viable. I mean, any hero that has a built-in BKB is pretty good in my book. But we'll see what Power Rangers want to grab here. I imagine Elder Titan has to be something they're considering, as he is still in the pool. I'm a little bit curious about these bans from QPad. Batrider, Storm Spirit, and Quap all banned out. So obviously trying to limit.
I guess they're afraid of the snowball heroes.
Yeah, the mid kind of snowball heroes. But OD is the big one left in the pool here.
Yeah.
That I don't know. I'd be a lot more scared of an OD than a Quap.
I certainly would be too, unless you have something up your sleeve. But
yeah,
I think I would be overestimating QPandas if I said I think they have something up their sleeve.
Ouch.
Yeah, I'm just telling it how it is, man. I don't have that much faith in QPandas. I watched them. They were okay. I think they were pretty good with Jrex on the team, but without that, they just don't. They just can't put out that much pressure around the map at all. And going into this match, they're like 3-1 underdogs, I believe. 76-24 in favor of Power Rangers. And Power Rangers, I would actually say it's a little bit closer, just judging by Power Rangers' like recent performance. Like they blew a 10K gold lead. Like straight up just blew it, and it wasn't even close. It just like it went up 10K and then just like straight down after that. It wasn't like a back and forth kind of thing. It just like straight just giving away your lead. So I would say that Power Rangers, they are inconsistent. They were pretty good a few weeks ago. They beat out Navi and they did pretty well in the Tech Labs tournament. But that was like in November, and now that it's December, they dropped versus like 4FC. They've dropped like just a lot of games the past couple of weeks, so their morale is probably a little bit shaken.
Yeah. And with a Crobulous pick like that, I have to imagine the OD is a little bit tempting, right? I don't think I've ever seen a Death Prophet OD solo mid matchup, but
it's not terrible for Death Prophet. It's not good, but it's not terrible.
Not the worst.
If you get Witchcraft, your mana cost on your Crypt Swarm is not that bad. You can also get a Soul Ring too. I'm surprised that more people don't do it. I think that Soul Ring's actually pretty good versus OD, because if you don't have any mana, no problem. Soul Ring, Crypt Swarm, and at least you can do that once every wave, and you can put some pressure on the OD, force them to get some regeneration, and that's just something that you like never see, and it is an option. People need to think outside the box.
Yeah, man. I like the Death Prophet pick here, but alas, Power Rangers do have Elder Titan.
If they have a Pugna last pick, that would be sick.
Yeah, that's a pretty scary push lineup indeed. See what they want to grab.
If they wanted to do a push, they would have. I don't think they would have banned out Storm. Storm, I think, is really bad versus push. They also wouldn't ban out Bounty Hunter, because Bounty Hunter is very bad versus push too. So they're not going to pick Pugna here. Maybe just like a Darkseer, maybe Bristle. Oh, Darkseer was banned out. Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind. Just kidding then.
So yeah, I guess it'll just be the off-lane Bristleback or solo safe lane Bristleback with the.
They could do dual lanes too. They could do Venom Bristle. The double soul is very potent, and then Bane Pot him too.
Yeah, actually, you're right. It could be a 2-1-2 lining up here. I'm still stuck in the mindset of tri lanes every game, but we still see them a lot. But yeah, the 2-1-2 definitely going to be viable here.
2-1-2 is very potent versus weak solo heroes like Elder Titan and Nature's Prophet. It's really bad versus good solo heroes like Darkseer, I think. So it just always depends on the matchup. They could easily do 3-1-1-2. It's not bad by any means.
Yeah. Well, I still think OD would make a pretty strong last pick here for Power Rangers.
Yeah, I think OD is definitely the best pick for them right now. The most obvious and the best pick.
Yeah. Yeah, good for last pick, and not a lot of mid options. I mean, no Puck, Timbersaw, Bat Rider, Qua, Storm Spirit, even Clockwork spanned out, Furion, all of them could go
Beastmaster is not good. What else? OD is definitely the best though.
Yeah.
Like being able to just disrupt people who are gripped. You don't even have to grip the Bane, which is why he's so powerful in that regards. You can astral people who are Rana arrowed. You can also astral Bristleback to mitigate a lot of the Quill Spray stack damage, and I think he's just a very fantastic pickup. And they have the Elder Titan too for the natural order. That Sandy's Eclipse can just demolish QPad. What else is there that they can go for? It depends on what ZXC is comfortable with, and I have just not been impressed with ZXC. I think the last 3 games I've seen him, it was a Dragon Knight, a Bat Rider, and a Puck, and none of those impressed me at all. I actually think he's like one of the weakest solo mids that I've seen in Starladder.
Yeah, he has definitely not been performing quite as well as he has been in the past, but it is going to be a mid Alchemist here, and that's going to be Moon on the Doom, so that'll be a hard farming Doom. Off-lane Elder Titan, tri-lane-ish Doom probably, so interesting. I mean, Alchemist certainly can't hold his own mid. If it's going to be a Death Prophet mid, looks like it will be. Wagamama there. Alchemist, Death Prophet, any thoughts?
I think that Death Prophet needs a really good start, and Alchemist will let that happen. So I think it's much, much more beneficial for the Death Prophet than the Alchemist. Not that Death Prophet is going to win the lane. I think both of them are just going to be a farm fest. But just because of the way Death Prophet works and the way Alchemist works, like Alchemist is going to have a good start regardless, just because you can just acid spray Bottle Crow and you'll get CS. But if Death Prophet gets ganked a couple of times, you're kind of screwed just because she doesn't have any defensive mechanism. Silence is awful at saving herself early. So if she can get like level 7 uncontested, then that's a huge boon. But Alchemist can usually get level 7 contested or not. So yeah. I think that's really good for QPandas. And I actually think that QPandas, I don't think that they outdrafted PR, but I actually think that they have a much easier to execute lineup. Before, they had to get a lot of kills with track. They had to execute with each and every roar that they had every 80 seconds, and they didn't let that happen. This game, they have Ghost, which is just much easier at pushing down towers. They have Bane and Marana. Two, they also have the Bristleback, so if Bristleback gets caught out of position, it's not that big of a deal because he's there to tank. So I think that all in all, I like QPandas lineup for their roster a lot more than the previous matchup that we saw.
Yeah, absolutely right about that. Most of these heroes are notably easier to execute. Mirana and Veno, the two big skill shots, but everything else, like you said, Death Prophet makes for pretty easy pushing. Press R and attack tower. Let's introduce our rosters here. We do have Team QPad on our Radiant side. Down in the bottom, we are going to have the Bristleback, played by Blue Banana. Looks like he is going to be supported by Durham, playing on the Bane, and Stompa going to be on the Venomancer. In the mid lane, it is going to be Wagamama playing on the Death Prophet. That means up in the top lane, here we got the stand-in Wern playing on Mirana. On our Dire side, we've got Team Power Rangers.
There's a charge up in mid.
Oh, there it is. Cheshire Cat going to be down bottom on that Elder Titan, but Wagamama going to be in big trouble here. That'll be a 3 versus 1. Easy first blood. Alchemist going to get the last hit, and that is good news for Power Rangers. We talked about Death Prophet. If she gets ganked and gets a slow start, things can be rough. It's about as slow as a start as you can get right there.
Yeah, PR definitely on the right page, though. They know Death Prophet's weakness. They know the weaknesses in QPanda's lineup right now. Potom is not going to be having an easy time versus Doom. Doom with very high base damage, Mirana with very low, and Doom with a stout shield. ZXC is going to die again.
Oh, no.
Or, sorry, Waga is going to die again.
Yeah, they're going to dive the tower. FGod comes from behind.
They use, he doesn't have Soul Assumption yet. Yep. So ZXC in a little bit of trouble, but he'll have his bottle very soon.
Yeah, he'll survive. So, on the side of Power Rangers, though, we do have ZXC on the Alchemist, FGod going to be playing on the Visage, and up in the top we have kind of a duo lane here. Moon going to be on the Doom, and he's being supported by J4 on the Rubik, who's just kind of spending more time in the jungle. Kind of a solo Doom for all intensive purposes here. So, like you mentioned, Mirana, he's going to be struggling a little bit against Doom. He shouldn't be pressured too hard. Already, Alchemist off to the races, and that leaves them with Elder Titan. He's up against kind of a difficult tri-lane here. A lot of kill potential, but interesting that they're not putting Bane with the Mirana. That's that classic duo that we always go back to for those easy arrows, and they're not going to execute it here, at least in the early stage. Again, a lot of pressure coming on Wagamama, charging up that unstable concoction. Waga's headed for the hills. There is going to be a Nightmare. That's going to force Alchemist to take a stun himself. Now Stompa going to come in. Cheshire Cat going to join him as well. Death Prophet going to be the first to fall. ZXC, down nice he goes, but it will be deny. Very nice. And Veno going to fall as well. So PR coming out way ahead, I think, needless to say, in that exchange.
Yeah, the thing about not doing a 2-1-2 in this situation is that Doom's not under any pressure. If they have a Mirana and Bane on top, then Doom's under a lot of pressure. He could very well die at any time, and they'll get something out of the constant Power Ranger rotation in the mid. But because they only have one hero on top, Doom's not under any pressure, so the supports are free to do whatever they want. Right now, they're pulling and harassing the Priestess of the Moon. Before, they were just constantly ganking mid. So I think it was a big mistake by QPandas to not do that, at least not when they saw a solo Doom on top lane. But you know that Moon is their carry player, and if he's not on bottom, he's most likely going to be solo farming top, because it's not often that you're going to see him jungle.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking at the last hits, Mirana really off to a slow start here. 4-2 against the 15-6 Doom. So needless
her
to say
base damage
there,
is terrible though.
It's
53 rough. Versus 71 is not good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, not that it's Warren's fault as much as just going to be a rough start for the Priestess of the Moon here. They're going to be able to dive this tower. Visage going to come around the backside. That's going to be an easy kill. Moon going to be the one to pick it up. Stompa going to port in. He's going to be the lone defender here. He'll throw a Gale, but man, that's going to be a free kill going their way. Moon going to get a double kill. That was a pretty big misplay by the Veno. Oh no. PR off to the races here, Merlini. 2,200 gold lead in the first 4 minutes.
I think that Potom needs a TP scroll too, in case she gets dove by Doom and or Visage. It's just in case. You want to be able to. You need damage control right now for QPanda. They're down by 5 kills pretty much because one of them was a deny. So we'll put at 4.5. So they're down by 4.5 kills, 4 minutes into the game. Death Prophet is level 4, so she's actually recovering quite well, even though she's died 2 times. And your offlane Mirana has abysmal CS and has already died too. And the only thing going well for QPandas right now is that Bristleback has farmed up, but even his CS is just equal to the Doom. It's not even better than the Doom, and he's not a just going to completely carry you throughout the game, especially when you have Elder Titan to kind of burn through his back, when you have a lot of physical damage from Visage and Alchemist, and when you have a lot of stun lock too to try and deal with them. So I don't think that having a super farm Bristleback is the key to QPanda winning this game. I think it's counter ganking, good vision, and damage control. Look at this big stack for Power Rangers too. That's massive.
Yeah. Oh wow, look at that. Marana may get a little pick-me-up here. She's starting to chip away at him as well. But Alchemist just commandeering the mid lane. He's number 2 on the net worth chart in last hits. 19-4 against the 14-5 Death Prophet. So the CS isn't that terribly different, but the difference in Death Prophet getting picked off and Alchemist here farming away. Yeah, looking at the mid lane. And Wagamama going to get initiated on. Alchemist with a double damage rune. Going to try to get a few auto attacks off, but that Gale is going to slow him down quite a bit. F-God still going to continue to stand his ground. They really want to finish off this Death Prophet. Need to be a little careful. Stompa.
That chop.
Man. So that's going to be a kill going the way of ZXC. And up in the top lane while that was happening, we did miss a kill onto Marana. Not sure what happened up there, but... oh,
Dude, he's level 7.5, 5.5 minutes in. Like, are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. This is kind of the thing about heroes that use neutral creeps to their advantage. Doom and Clink's Dire safe lane is just so much better than any other lane, or Dire the top lane, whether it's Radiant off lane or Dire safe lane. Having access to that neutral camp will just make your we see Blue Banana get a kill on bottom. It just makes your farm so much better, though, being able to just eat those creeps and return to lane to have maximum efficiency. So I don't think you'll get that sort of level in any other sort of lane.
Yep. Down in the bottom, Bristleback, pretty easy kill right there. Had a full mana pool, just spammed a couple of quills, started stacking the goo, dove the tower, easy peasy. Elder Titan, really no escape mechanism. He's only level 5.
He needs a TP scroll.
Yeah.
You always have to have a TP scroll versus Bristleback. It's kind of same versus like a Weaver too. If they play aggressively on you, play aggressively and use Swarm and Shikuchi or go a couple times, you just TP out and hope that there isn't anyone else to kill you.
Yep. Some Bloodseekers, one I always think of. That classic
noob
stomp.
Too.
How do I beat him in mid? TP scroll. Easy, Chi-Chi. He can't kill you anymore.
Yep.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So down in the bottom, maybe Blue Banana going to be in a little bit of trouble. Nope.
They have a ward there.
Down. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And easy 50 gold for Cheshire Cat.
Yep. So things.
That's one of the problems with having a stand-in or tags too. You can't have your real name up there. Yeah. I remember I had to change my name to like Ben at one point because Merlini was too long for the tag that I had to use. What? So
Merlini's not even a long name, dude. That's a little.
I know. That's the thing.
7 characters.
I know, but back then you had like way more limited space on your tags.
Oh yeah. And in the mid lane, things gonna heat up a little bit. ZXC gonna charge up the concoction. Looks like he wants to dive it, but F-God gonna be the one in trouble. He's gonna get put to sleep by the Nightmare. The arrow gonna connect. He's gonna fall. Now how's the rest of the fight going? ZXC gonna have to disengage. Kind of unfortunate. They didn't see the rotations coming in. All the while in the bottom lane, Bristleback can be able to finish off the Elder Titan. Though it is gonna cost him his life. As J4 comes down, he's gonna finish him off as well. And
it's a good trade for Power Rangers.
Yeah. Elder Titan for Bristleback. Yeah, especially considering Bristleback is their #1 farmer by an absurd margin. Definitely a worthwhile exchange. I mean, this Doom's farm, he's already just... I mean, they have Doom and Alchemist, the 2 heroes with built-in Hand-O-Midas mechanisms, and they each have a Hand-O-Midas. This is... Their snowball has started, and it's rolling down the hill.
See the Priestess of the Moon, too? She, like, left when Moon just, like, kind of got close. And I don't think he was going to doom him because he'd have to chase past the T2, but that just goes to show you how scared that Marana is. And, like, Doom as a counter to Marana, especially in a one-on-one situation, I never really thought about it, but Doom seems to be doing very well. Very high base damage again. We'll see some action on bottom.
Yep, Earth Splitter going to be used. That'll finish off the Bane, but kind of a 3 versus 1 classic scenario. And I don't think they'll be able to follow up here, but Alchemist going to come in. He's charging the concoction, going to connect with the Bristleback. And yeah, Spirit going to come out as well. But just
such good teamwork by Power Rangers. They're as soon as they hear the exorcism, they all back off.
Yeah, exactly.
J4.
Oh, that arrow a little bit close. Wagamama looking like he wants to dive it here, but still only level 7. Of course, the ulti will start chipping away at this tower, but not too many souls or spirits, I guess I should say. Interesting, though, he did go 3 points into the Witchcraft. Only 3 points in Crypt Swarm at level 7. So,
Oh, wow.
trying to buff up that ulti as much as he can. Kind of a strange build, though.
The avid Death Prophet player, too. I think 4021 is generally the standard. Crypt Swarm is actually a really good spell. 5-second cooldown for 300 AoE damage it's boring, but it's really good. And it's like probably one of the most boring spells in the game. And Death Prophet is one of the most boring heroes in the game, but she's still a good hero, even if she's boring.
Yeah. I like Death Prophet. She's one of my favorite heroes.
Well, Elder Titan barely escapes with a TP scroll. Like, so close to dying. I would probably say, like, less than 30 HP.
So, Doom is going the primary farming build here. He's got 4 points in Devour. Alchemist, though, not quite so worried about it. He's 4401. 0 points in Grievel's Greed here at level 9, though. Not like he needs it. Number 2 on the net worth chart. Pretty comfortable right now.
The one value point is really good, though.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Because you still get the max gold. The gold cap is still at 30 at all levels, and the base is different at level 0 to 1 than any other level. You get 4 for 0 to 1 and 2 for every other level, so it's a good value point.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm a fan of those initial value points, and arrow gonna come.
They missed the arrow. He was slept. Okay, well, I talked about it being easy to execute, but apparently it's not.
Oh man. Flew right between all of them. Oh, and they're going to back up a smoke. I like this play from Power Rangers. Going to keep it crafty. They will move across the river. Going to move on to the Radiant side. And let's see if they can catch someone. Which way are they going to go? Down or up? They are going to take a turn down. They're going to bump right into the Bane. Telekinesis is going to be an easy kill here. Oh, that Bane just getting melted.
Rubik's level 8. I don't know how that happened, considering Visage is only level 5, but I mean, that's compare that to Stompa, level 3 Venomancer, and level 5. They're like a good 2 or 3 levels behind the supports, and that's going to hurt them a lot, just because Bane definitely needs his grip up ASAP.
Yeah, I don't know where all that came from. I guess it's all about the assist for the Rubik. He's 1-0-6 right now, so he's been involved in 7 of the 10 kills PR put up on the board. I guess that's where the bulk of his experience came from. I don't know. And also, FGod did a lot more roaming. He was moving around the map a lot more, and J4 was kind of stationed up at the top, creep pulling and getting a bit of farm. So, but again, QPanda going to put a lot of resources into that bottom lane. They are going to burn the exorcism, but it did cost them their mid tier 1 tower. And of course, they've just abandoned this lane against Doom. He is in absolute free farm mode. 3-0-0, just sitting back with his fat sack of cash. He's going to port down bottom. He's ready to make it happen. Going to get silenced straight away. Compliments of the Death Prophet. He is going to be able to finish her off, though. Just going to chase her down. There's the Doom. Going to use it on Stompa. That'll be, almost an easy kill, but Nightmare. He's going to take it off, and, yeah, Veno going to fall. Now this Bane going to be in big trouble. Moonlight Shadow did come out. Arrow going to fly.
Arrow dodge.
Yeah, not going to connect.
I don't even, actually, was he trying to dodge the arrow? I don't even know.
I don't know. He might have gotten a little bit lucky there. That haste rune made it a little bit easier for him. But, yeah, 3-for-0 swing right there. Power Rangers lose their tier 1 tower in the bottom, but they're going to be able to grab a tier 1 in retaliation, and they pick up a good amount of kills. So nice exchange. Right, gold graph. 10,000 here at the 13-minute mark.
Yeah, even though dooming a Venomancer is generally a bad idea, I think in that particular case it was pretty good because he was just running outside of the sentry range, and they had already killed a high priority hero in the Death Prophet. So if he runs out of the sentry range, Moonlight Shadow will take him off. But as long as he's silenced and doomed, he will get revealed. So he picked up an extra kill right there. And Doom's not the longest cooldown spell in the world either. Not anymore. Used to be like, I don't know. It keeps getting buffed and buffed and buffed. Sooner or later, it's going to be like 30-second cooldown Doom.
Yeah. So
with like 10 base armor.
Yeah, that's a hero that's been tweaked a little bit over the patches. 14 minutes in, first Roshan going to be under attack, and it's going to be Power Rangers, of course. They also picked up 2 Shadow Blades following that last successful fight on the Alchemist as well as the Doom. So they're off to a good start as well. Bristleback did grab himself a Vanguard, also a Medallion of Courage in the inventory of the Visage. Can't say I'm too surprised there.
They can do Roshan.
Yep. Easy peasy.
Yep. Easy, easy.
Doom going to grab the Aegis.
Doom, I like drums. I think that skipping out drums when you go like Midas phase, I think is actually a really bad idea. Just because if you go Midas, you don't have any HP, and generally you have like strength treads or something like that. But just having the extra 9 strength is just so incredibly useful. If you're getting a BKB early, sometimes you don't need it, but it just helps out your team so much. And being able to chase people down with Scorched Earth and drums, or even just run away with that, is incredibly useful. And usually it pays for itself, and it can help in like tower pushes. Although it's not something that you want to focus using your drum charge on, it's certainly something that you should consider. And just having that HP buffer is so incredibly nice. I'm a big fan of HP builds in general, just because it'll protect you against everything. Whereas like we saw the alchemist go like a pure armor build and he just died to like a fissure. So I generally like HP builds, and phase drums is just standard. I think you should always have at least 1 drum on your team too. That item is just so incredibly good. I actually think it's like slightly too good now. Like maybe it keeps getting nerfed though. It like the recipe cost keeps getting a little bit more expensive, but I still think it's a tier 1 item.
Yeah. And down in the bottom lane here, it looks like Blue Banana could be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to get doomed straight off the bat. Earth Splitter as well. Oh, man, down he goes. Marana got picked off somewhere else up here at the top lane. And going to be a solo kill to the Alchemist, it looks like. Did miss that one, but we caught the kill down bottom.
Shadow Blade.
Yeah.
Well,
oh yeah, the Shadow Blade.
Things are falling apart for QPanda right now. Do they have a comeback mechanism? I think all their eggs were in one basket when they just kind of ditched bottom on top and ditched Death Prophet in mid 2. They kind of helped Death Prophet, but it was like a little bit too late. And all their eggs were in one basket. It was like, hey, Bristleback may be able to win us the game, but now he's 2-2. We just saw how quickly he died. That was only with 3 heroes too. Yeah, it was 2 ultimates with Doom and Elder Titan ultimate, but to be honest, Doom wasn't necessary. Neither was Elder Titan ultimate. So like as much freeform as Bristleback got on bottom, it's really amounting to nothing early. I think that Bristleback synergizes very well when you have
CXC with the misplays. Are they going to finish him off?
Oh, that was so close. I thought he was going to escape.
I thought so too.
He died in Fountain.
Yeah, his body made it back. Wow. That was I don't know if you caught the beginning of it. That was weird. He was like invisible, charging up the concoction, trying to kill Wagamama, who's like sitting right here. So he moved into the tower with like half a second left. Yeah, see that. It's going to be an easy kill for Doom. So he moves into the tower with like half a second left, gets silenced instantly as soon as they catch sight, stuns himself in the tower, and they just lay into him. A bit of a misplay from the old Alchemist there.
Yeah.
But it's okay. They've still got plenty of breathing room here. Pretty solid golden experience lead here for 17 minutes.
I would say so. 17k, that 1k a minute mark. That's the benchmark for Mercy Rule almost.
Yeah, and ironically enough, Jerax is actually streaming right now. I think he's practicing his Earth Spirit. So
he does not need any more practice on the hero. He's already ridiculously good with it. But yeah, I mean, I think it was maybe just an excuse. Maybe he didn't like the team. But like this is just brutal. QPanda without Jerax is just. There's no other way to put it. It's just not good. Wagamama.
Yep, gonna get doomed here. Stompa gonna throw his poison rotation. Astral Spirit comes. And Moon gonna be okay. He's just gonna survive through all that poison. Oh man.
I think in 6.79 supports are actually way more important than they were in 6.78 because 6.78 was all about stacking and occasional smoke gank, which is not that hard to execute. But now you have to like do a lot more. You have to stack, you have to harass, you have to zone people out, you have to make people feel threatened. You only have 1 observer ward to start off with at the beginning. Smoke ganks are still pretty difficult, and it's just and you have to get levels at the same time with the neutral nerfs. So I think that support play is very, very important, and the 2 supports on QPanda right now, they haven't done that much either. 0-5 and 1 on Stompa, 0-3 and 1 on the Bane, and Bane just hit level 6 like 18 minutes into the game. And if your supports get really under leveled, it's really going to hurt your team a lot, as opposed to before where, oh yeah, you're under leveled, but our carry's going to get like 5 ancient sex, so we're all good.
Yeah. Bane hitting 6 at such a late mark is just so hard to deal with, though. You really need that crowd control. And here we're going to see Stompa just get obliterated by Moon. They're going to charge forward. Marana, going to survive with 20 hit points. Maybe not. Moon's going to find her. It's going to be a double kill coming out for the old Doombringer there. Bane going to get caught as well.
Mercy Rule, please, QPanda.
Oh, man.
they still have the Aegis up for 30 seconds, so they can try and push with that. Oh, banana.
Blue banana. He's actually starting to stack up those quills. Moon taking a lot of damage. Down he goes. He does have the Aegis, though, so not too bad. And Bristleback, of course, did fall. Visage actually got taken out as well. Like, did he die to the tower? What happened to Visage? Yeah.
DXC gets gripped at tower.
Oh, here we go. Port's coming in as well. They want this kill. He's going to try to make it out. There's the Nightmare. Doesn't have enough mana for the Shadow Blade. But, I was going to say, that Chemical Rage doing some work, but not going to be enough to keep him alive. Of course, a very minor victory for QPanda here compared to the onslaught that's come their way. And it is going to cost them their mid-tier 2 tower. Down it goes. Doom just going to finish it off and head for the hills. Oh, Dust going to be used. It is going to connect with Moon. Going to take a Poison Sting.
See, here's where the drums comes in useful. Like, if he doesn't have drums, Durham catches him sleep, and he is dead. I'm also surprised that Moon didn't actually use his phase boost a little bit earlier to proc off the Dust, but I guess it doesn't really matter that much. Shadow Blade still gives you move speed.
Yep, and he's still kind of in no man's land here. Moon does have his ult available, so if he catches
He's
someone
gonna try and
solo,
kill Wagamama.
yeah, he's going for it. He's got the Scorched Earth on. And there it is. There's the Doom. And this should be an easy kill. Wagamama just not fast enough. It might be enough to finish her off. Yep, there it is. Oh, that poor Death Prophet. Semi-reminiscent of that first Necro Light we saw earlier today.
Yeah, but he came back to start owning.
Yeah, that's true. Similar start, at least. They both have that similar mechanism, and it's just so hard to come back. But here we go. Some initiation onto the Bristleback. He does have his back turned, spamming those quills. See how long they pursue this for. It is the Elder Titan as well as the Doom. Just gonna back
Everybody use their drums.
Doom 9-0-3. Oh man.
He was out of control from the get-go, though.
Net worth 15k on the Doom, leading farmer on QPanda at 6.6k. He's tripling the leading farmer. It's just not fair.
It's disheartening.
This makes me want to play Doom. I've hated on Doom quite a bit since I've started casting Starladder, but
ZXC gets gripped again.
Starting to like him a little bit more. Yeah, ZXC in the top, gonna get silenced. I think they may be able to grab a kill here. Where's the detection? Yeah, they've got the sentry. Down he goes.
Yeah, I think I underrated Doom a little bit too. I don't think he's that strong of a jungler though. I mean, he's like okay at jungling, but if you're just gonna straight up jungle, just go with Enigma because his ult goes through BKB too. But he's very useful versus heroes like Mirana, especially in lane because like you're gonna be harassing the Doom and you're gonna be in Doom range like almost any time, and you can't just like always live in fear or else you're gonna be underfarmed as Potom is. But at the same time, if one person comes, you Doom very easy kill. So it's the constant threat of like, oh man, is someone there? Is someone going to do me with just one other hero? And it really shuts down on Potom's ability to farm. And if you can get an early Shadow Blade like he has, then it just shuts down any sort of split push pressure.
Yep. In the mid lane here, Exorcism going to be used, and they are going to try and pressure this tier 1 tower, but there's the initiation. Wagamama taking a lot of damage. The Doom going to come out onto the Bristleback as well. And everyone going to be able to survive for now, but Bristleback and Death Prophet both very, very low right here. And they are going to head for the hills as they start to retreat. Power Rangers still with all 5 alive. The Earth Splitter are going to whiff, unfortunately. And they are going to continue to pursue. The Moonlight Shadow came out as well. And Power Rangers, neither side going to be able to secure a kill. Arrow connects with Visage.
Fighting against Exorcism is just not a good idea. So it was good for PR not to overcommit there. Roshan is up too in case they want to do that. You don't want to give up a fight right before Roshan. It's just way too risky. So if they had to like chase up the hill into Exorcism, that's just not a winning proposition. And they don't want to throw their 25,000 gold lead away.
I mean, it is Christmas season.
25.
Maybe they could make a little donation to the way of QPanda.
Just drop like mass shared tangos on the floor.
Here, have some free wards. We don't want these. Oh man,
Can you use opponent's wards if you buy them? I guess so.
If you buy them and put them on the ground and they steal them, I'm not sure, honestly. I've never seen someone put their wards on the ground. I mean, I don't know.
I think you can.
I think you can. I feel like items like that, like tangos and stuff, you can do it, but...
You can't do it with new tangos, though. They changed it. So
yeah, okay, yeah. I was thinking of old tangos, I guess. I don't know. Gotta try that. Shit.
I miss old Zalves.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So here we go. They did get a free kill on that Elder Titan. Power Rangers maybe getting a little bit sloppy. QPanda gonna grab themselves the tier 1 tower in the top lane. See, Power Rangers.
They're not done.
Good Guys Power Rangers, little Christmas donation. 25,000 gold.
Now their T3 is gonna be under siege. To this alchemist who also has S and Y. Oh no. S and Y. What do you think about that item?
I'm not a big fan. I think it's sort of it's like druids from vanilla World of Warcraft. You know, they're sort of okay at everything, but not good at anything. Sort of how I feel about S and Y. It's all right. It gives you a little bit of utility, but it's just not really. A little bit of movement speed, a little bit of stats, a little bit of maim. I prefer something a little bit more either. If you want the strength, go for something a little bit more defensive. You know, BKB can give you some similar flavors if you need some damage. Just not a big fan in general. I don't know. And I also don't like that it's very confusing. Its name is still an orange, and it's not an orb. That bothers me a little bit.
I think the thing that I don't like about it the most... Oh, wait, what's this orb? Oh, it's color-coded? What the hell?
See how, like, all the things that are in orange, those are, like, attack modifiers. Yeah. It used to be.
Purple. Wow.
But it's not anymore.
This is news to me.
What you do?
No, I just, like, straight up ignore it. I'm just like, whatever. Cool colors. Nice. I never noticed that they were grouped by colors. That's cool.
It's like classic WoW. Like, green is low tier, blue is mid tier, and then purple is epic tier.
Epics.
Yeah. And then now orange is, like... sort of orbs.
Cheshire Cat gets caught out.
Oh, he was just about to finish that port. Oh, that was so close. But down he goes. Poor guy. But yeah, so I'm not a big fan of
Power Rangers.
I like it on Lifestealer. That's about the only hero that I think it works in some situations. But all in all, I mean, it's okay on Alchemist here. But I would have rather just see him grab a Basher or something that gives you a little bit more. A little more fun, a little more utility. Yeah.
I think the biggest thing I don't like about Saint Yasha is the Sage recipe. That just seems like the most useless 800 gold ever.
The main proc, yeah.
Actually costs 600 gold.
Yeah, it's still. I know you mean.
Yeah, that's all you get. Like compare that to move speed bonus from Yasha. That is so good. Like 10% move, and you get attack speed too. Right?
Yeah, like I would much rather either have a halberd or a manta if you're gonna go like a Sandra Yasha based item rather than just getting like the two put together.
Yeah, same.
Because you just get so much more utility from them. But like I said, it's okay. Lifestealer is the only hero that I think it works pretty well with. The main's not so bad on Lifestealer.
Yeah, and I like the HP buffer on him too, because sometimes he gets like they try and burst him down before rage, and if you don't, he just life steals or infest, and you just lose the fight from there. So like having that extra 16 strength is incredibly useful.
Yeah. So it's okay though. I mean, halberd though, you just can't argue with that utility. The evasion, and then you get the disarm. It's just so much better.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I mean.
And you get the maim. Yeah. Cheshire Cat gonna get caught out again.
Cheshire Cat, man, like there have been exactly. There have been no kills except kills on Cheshire Cat. Maybe he is feeling generous.
Now they give him their like second tower in a row.
Yeah, well,
tower overall.
Doom grabbed the top tier 2 in exchange for their mid tier 1, and now he's knocking on the front doors of their base. Yeah, Doom is like unbelievably fat. He's almost at 20k net worth.
What the hell does he have Purge on him?
Heart and Assault Cuirass.
Yeah, why would you get the Lifestealer, or not the Satyr, whatever, Trickster Purge? Oh, I guess that's why.
Oh, here we go. Doom stuck in the Fiend's grip. There's the stun from ZXC. And Moon should be able to survive, looks like. A little bit slow, but he is going to be able to walk back to the rest of the team.
Doesn't matter, has heart with 18 armor, 3000 HP, with Shadow Blade, and tons of move speed. Wow, he already had to sell his drums 28 minutes in the game. That's how stacked this guy is.
Yeah, this is one of the most stacked Dooms relative to everyone else I think I've seen in a while. He's just off at the races.
Boom.
Too bad he doesn't have enough mana to use Doom though. ZXC gonna eat a stun.
Yep. I think that Unstable Concoction is a little bit too good of a spell. I think the risk of blowing yourself up is very, very low, considering you have like a 7-second window, and the stun duration of 4 seconds. Compare that to Beastmaster Roar. Beastmaster Roar at level 16 is 4 seconds stun.
Yeah. Yeah, Concoction's pretty good. The range on it as well is what I think makes it so scary. It's one of those abilities, if it had like a really short range, I think the numbers would be okay, but...
Yeah, I agree.
Those long numbers, every so often you see one of those concoctions that just like flies across the map and you're like, damn.
You're just like, really?
Yeah, like
really?
It's like chasing me down. This is just a massacre here in the base. Bane falls, as does Doom, or pardon me, as does Bristleback. PR just fighting in the Exorcism. Oh, sort of. They are going to back up here. ZXC going to be invisible for now. A buyback from Bristleback, though. He's hungry. Who's going to give it to him? Nobody. Elder Titan get a port out, and that'll be the end of it. Uh-oh, maybe not. I may have spoke too soon. F-God. He's going to get caught by the Poison Nova. A lot of poison on him. Deny? Deny? Nope, not going to grab it. ZXC now just headed for the hills. So, QPanda do hold a little bit here, but alas, the damage has been done. That bottom lane of ranged racks fall. Melee racks still standing.
Cheshire Cat wasn't the sacrificial lamb this time.
Yeah. That poor guy. So, how about S&Y on Bristleback? I always see people in Twitch chat saying that that's a core item on him. And
No, I think he does enough damage, and I think he has enough mobility with Warpath. I think he needs survivability, and Sage does provide it, but Heaven's Halberd just provides so much more.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really understand why people claim S&Y to be a core item on Bristleback. I mean, it's not bad.
It's not a core item on anyone.
It's not good either. It's just okay. It's just okay.
I would prefer, yeah, Mech is so good on Bristle too. I think that's underrated.
Yeah. Not something I've seen. Uh-oh, here we go. Wagamama.
That was that. I was like, oh, I think maybe they need to do, but now that Doom actually has critical strike and Pack Leader's Aura instead of Satyr Purge.
Oh man,
the damage is insane.
Yep, and Bristleback. Sorry, Blue Banana, but you're gonna be in a little bit of trouble here. ZXC gonna take a good bit of damage. Bane's in the background. And that'll be the end of ZXC, so Bristleback can be able to survive. Now Moon.
I don't think they can kill him.
In a little bit of trouble. Yeah, he is a rock. The Earth Splitter going to come. We'll be off the mark once again here, but the Astral Spirit going to put him into slumber. Morana going to fall here. Down goes the Bristleback. Doom is he's just too fat. You're right. They literally just can't kill him. And that's it. GG, well played.
Goldley's only like 33,000.
Yeah. 1,000 a minute. They held true to it.
Very well played by Power Rangers, and QPanda, they just aren't on the same level of competition as many of the other Starladder teams. So that's unfortunate to see, but yeah, kind of similar story to QPanda versus VP.
Very similar. You did call that one for sure. Power Rangers and VP kind of in a similar state, and very similar games against the QPad roster here. So unfortunate to see him stuck with the stand-in, but alas, we'll see how they fare as Starladder continues. We've got one more match. Huh? Two stand-ins? Oh, yeah. Warren and who? Oh, yeah. Warren. Warren was not tagged up as a stand-in in the first time we saw him, so I didn't realize he was a stand-in until this game. That's on me.
I see.
My bad. So we do have one more match coming up for you guys. Mal's Esports coming up against Four Friends in Crilly for our sixth and final match of the day here at Day 9 of Starladder Season 8 on Beyond the Summit. I'm Zyori, with me is Merlini. Thanks for joining us, folks. Stick around, because we've got one more match of Dota coming your way.